Hi there, folks. Today we're going to talk about how to get your calendar synced up with the office calendar. I've heard a lot of people ask what's going on this week, whatever, and they don't know that the office calendar is actually electronic and can be associated with almost any other calendar. We're going to go over how to associate with Google Calendar, but if you use a different calendar, it's similar in the fact that you're going to add the same type of URL. You're going to go to the same place in the My Market Center intranet to find what we need to sync to, and then so if you use like Outlook Calendar or another calendar that's native to your phone or something like that, it's going to be similar. But we're going to go through the Google Calendar. You're going to at least get the first steps will be the same. The very end will be different depending on whatever kind of calendar you use. So let's get started. First, you're going to go to MyKW, like always. I'm going to go ahead and click on the MyKW up here in the corner just to refresh to make sure it remembers who I am. You'll see it kind of refresh and know what's going on. And I'm going to go into My Market Center intranet, which is a button right here. There's a couple places you can get there. You can get there right here in the EH control panel spot. Down near the bottom, there is a My Market Center intranet button right here at the quick links area, so they all go to the same place. So I'm just going to hit this My Market Center intranet. Notice it opened a different tab, so my MyKW is still open. My Market Center intranet is now pulling up. You'll always know that you're in your My Market Center because right here it says Keller Williams Biltmore Partners. That's us. All right. So if you're not familiar with this page, right down the middle left is all of the kind of the updates and posts that other agents and public from KW can post. So that's what sits over on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side, most important at the top right is the calendar. If you hover over any of these days, it'll tell you what's going on. So if you don't have a calendar to sync with, you can always just go here, hover over what day you're wondering about, and it'll kind of show you what's going on, right? So it's right there. It's not so it's right there. So notice nothing's on. So there you go. So on the 14th, I've got Growth True Value, MCA class, Lunch and Learn, OP Bootcamp. So it's got a lot of stuff. Some of this is fed in from international. Not all of it is local to our office. To view what's really super local, click on View Calendar. If you click on any of that stuff in there, it'll pop into the actual calendar view. So now things are a little more descriptive. They've got all your stuff here, and we don't. We go a couple of months ahead as far as posting that. That all has to do with front desk and Erica getting things posted correctly on the calendar. So as of right now, we're not going to probably post what's going on in November or December because we don't know exactly what is. So don't expect that kind of stuff to be here way out in the future. But if you do want to go check, you feel free. You can go try. But this is definitely a more difficult to get to than the calendar that I'm used to. So I'm going to show you how to sync this up with our current calendar. Now, up here at the top, I'm going to go over to my email tab. Here's my Keller Williams email. All right, if I go to the little grid that's on the upper right-hand side, I click on that, I have all my Google apps that I can run. I've got a calendar right here. If I click calendar, it's going to open up my Google Calendar. And there you go. There's the Google Calendar. As of right now, there's nothing on this one. Just to give you an idea, I do use calendar. I use my personal calendar. It is this one, and it looks like that. So it's all kinds of filled with things. I'm going to let it. There you go. So it's all kinds of filled with things, and it tells me all the stuff that's going on here also. But since it's already synced with this one, I didn't want to show that calendar, so I have a kind of a virgin calendar to choose from. That is my KW.com calendar that I don't have anything here. So there we go. So I go back to my Market Center. At the top of this calendar, it has where you would choose month and such. It's got a button that says subscribe. That's basically what you want to do. You want to subscribe to this calendar. So if I click that subscribe button, it's going to give me a couple of choices of how I want to subscribe here. One, there are two calendars. There's My Events and Office Calendar. There's Staff and Public, but they aren't set up through our system, and they don't need to be. Unless you utilize the Market Center back-end Market Center calendar to subscribe to or to create events, you wouldn't use this My Events calendar because it wouldn't have anything on there. But the Office calendar is exactly what we want. So we want to choose what we want to sync it with. You can see here it's got 4 different choices here. I've got Google or Android, I've got Apple or iCloud, I've got Microsoft or Outlook, and I've got other. That's going to give you some sort of link or capacity to get there from other calendar systems if you use them. I am going to sync this with my Google Calendar, so I'm going to click on the Google button. Right here, it has 2 choices. Simplest way to add this feed to your Google Calendar is to click on the button below. This will open a new window to Google Calendar and provide a private URL for this feed. And then you should see a pop-up window asking to add the calendar. Press yes to add this calendar. Once completed, you should be able to see the events from this calendar on any linked mobile device. So I can click this button right here, and it's going to try to automate that. Where you may have issues is if you're not logged into the right calendar that you want to deal with, or you're using a tab that's not logged into Google, or using a browser that's not logged into Google. This isn't going to know what to do. I'm going to click on it just so that you guys can see what it may do or what it may not do. This is kind of live, so if it breaks, then you're going to watch it break. So I'm going to click on that. Excellent. I think it's going to do it. Nope. See, it fired up and it went to my personal calendar. And I'm already synced on that one. So what I don't want, that's kind of what I don't want to do. I already have that calendar there, so I'm not going to add it again. Let's see. So if you weren't already logged into something else that it was already there, that would function. But let's say I don't want to do that. It's not working for me. I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to copy that URL. It says that you would prefer to manually configure. Please provide the following URL on our Google Calendar. This method is not recommended. It just says this method is not recommended because it requires you to copy and paste something, and they don't trust people to be able to copy and paste reliably. So I trust that everybody here can. So all I did was just copy that URL right there. Now I'm going to go over to my calendar. Here's the calendar. Now over on the left-hand side, I've got the full month. I've got my calendars that are in here. And then I've got a little button that says other calendars. And right now, the only other calendar is holidays, so it'll pop up holidays. So what I want to do is there's a little arrow on the right side of other calendars. I have added coworkers, browse interesting ones. If you want to browse interesting ones, you can. Google has a bunch that you could add to it. You can import a single calendar. What importing a single calendar is going to import a snapshot of the calendar. It's not going to live feed. So all it's going to do is import the events that are going on right now. But if anything changes, it's not going to know what goes on. It's just going to import what's going on right now. So what you actually want to do is add by URL. And what that's going to sync this calendar. It's going to always know where that URL is. It's going to check that URL constantly so that it knows what's going on in that calendar live, no matter when you look. So when I hit add by URL, here it goes. It pops up the URL. I'm going to paste that URL in there just to make sure everything is good. If you notice, I can see that there's a space in front of here. I don't know if that would screw stuff up, but I'm going to get rid of it. So get rid of it. You don't want to make the calendar publicly accessible. It's going to screw up stuff, so just don't click that button and hit add calendar. Bang, there it goes. Showed up. It defaulted as orange. I now have all of the Office items on here. If I don't like orange, I can click the little arrow next to it and change the color. Let's say I want it blue, or I want it green, or I want it red. Whatever you want. I kind of like the orange. Where was that? Orange. You can always hide the calendar by clicking on the little box that's next to it. See there, it goes away. And if I click on it again, it pops back up. And any information that the office has put into this is going to be under that calendar item. So if I click here, it's going to tell me KWVP training room. It's from the back agent office. That's from our office, sponsored by Lisa Advantage Inspections, and it's called Inspections 101 by Lisa Vanderberg. There you go, from 11:30 to 1, it's all there. If you want to add a notification to that, let's say this is something I want to attend, so I want to add a notification. I hit this button that says add notification. I want it to email me 30 minutes ahead of time, and it'll send me an email 30 minutes ahead of time. I don't actually want to do that, so I'm going to X that. Go back to my calendar, and there it is. So it's that simple. If you're not using Google, if you're using something else, they're going to have the same kind of URL syncing that they want. They're going to want this URL. And so you're going to need to copy and paste that. See, if I hit Apple or iCloud, it's going to give you this. If I hit Microsoft Outlook, it's going to give you a URL. If I hit Other, it's going to give you one of these two URLs to use, depending on which one your system wants to see. And that's about all the options you have. If your calendar doesn't know how to subscribe to stuff, then of course it's just going to not subscribe to it. And that's really not the Market Center's problem. So if it's not going to subscribe to it, then you should use a different calendar program. All right, so there we have it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or call me here at the office. I'm happy to chat about it. I'm going to post this up and see where it goes from there. So enjoy. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a great day and get out there and sell.